Vladimir Putin cannot believe how lucky he is. He was in deep, deep shit. He was bogged down in Ukraine. His military has been decimated. His economy in tatters. NATO aligned against him. All of Europe aligned against him. The United States against him. His back was against the wall. Deep, deep shit. And then he was saved by the dumbest people on the face of the earth. Trump voters. They came along and not only re-elected the dumbest president in American history, not only a criminal who tried to overthrow the government just 4 years ago, but a man who is Vladimir Putin's personal sock puppet. And Putin is ecstatic. Take a look at this, because he is playing Donald Trump like a fiddle. He knows how to get Donald Trump to do whatever he wants. Donald Trump is the most easily manipulated person there is. He is so easy to understand and to control. Really, all you have to do is flatter him, appear to be kissing his ass, and you will get anything from Donald Trump that you want. And so Vladimir Putin is playing this to a T. Check out this article in CNBC. Putin says Europe will, quote, stand at the feet of the master as Trump's tariffs alarm allies. Man, he knows how to stroke Trump's ego. Russia's Vladimir Putin warned Europe will quickly, quote, stand at the feet of the master after U.S. President and convicted felon Donald Trump imposed tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China, provoking a global markets meltdown and alarm among European allies. Following Trump's decision at the weekend to impose trade duties on America's closest trading partners, Russian President Putin said Sunday that Trump's second administration would, quote, restore order in Europe. Quote, I assure you, Trump, with his character, with his persistence, he will restore order there quite quickly. And all of them, you will see, it will happen quickly, soon. They will all stand at the feet of the master and will wag their tails a little. Everything will fall into place. This is what Putin told Russian state media. This is Putin wants nothing more than to drive a wedge between the United States and our European allies. And in Donald Trump, he has the perfect vehicle to do that. Trump has already threatened the European Union with tariffs. He said it just a couple days ago. He was asked if he was considering putting tariffs on the European Union, and he said definitely, or something to that effect, that he was going to put tariffs on the EU. And nothing would make Putin happier than Trump doing that, because it would drive a wedge between the United States and our European allies. Trump wants to do that. Putin wants to do that, and he wants to get rid of NATO. And believe you me, that is what he is going to be manipulating his orange sock puppet, Donald Trump, to do, to get the United States to pull out of NATO. The sheer staggering stupidity of the people who voted for Donald Trump. It is extraordinary. Say what you will about Kamala Harris and the Democrats. You don't have to like her. You don't have to like Democrats. But the choice between Donald Trump, the hand puppet of Vladimir Putin, the dumbest man to ever be president, a criminal who incited a violent insurrection on national TV, a man who stole classified government documents and made them available to people with no clearances to see that. Donald Trump keeping those documents in his friggin' golf club, in a bathroom, in his friggin' closet, in his bedroom. exposing this entire country. Anyone else who had done what Donald Trump did would spend the rest of their life in prison. That's how serious a criminal Donald Trump is. And the American people voted for that. We're in a trade war now. I know, the tariffs on Mexico were put on hold for a month, right? Canada tariffs are still in place. At least he hasn't backtracked on that yet. They're still in place on China, and he's threatening the European Union and other countries with tariffs as well. He's threatening military force against Denmark, another ally, a NATO ally. He's threatening to invade Panama. This is the guy who ran as the peace president. No more wars. And yet he's threatening war all over the place. This is the chaos that Vladimir Putin dreams of. He could not create a better set of circumstances for himself if he tried. Donald Trump is the most perfect gift to Vladimir Putin that he could ever possibly have imagined. And the American people gave it to him on a silver platter. They are too stupid to understand what they've done. You know, these morons who were upset. And I know the cult would have supported him no matter what he promised to do. It doesn't matter to them. But there's a whole lot of people who are not part of his personality cult. They're just morons who believed Donald Trump when he said that he's going to lower the price of groceries on day one, that he was going to end the war in Ukraine within 24 hours of taking the oath of office. All of these ridiculous promises. Oh, we're going to get rid of the income tax. There's going to be no tax on tips. If you work on tips, you'll never pay taxes. On and on and on. He promised everything to everybody. And these morons fell for it. No matter how ridiculous the lie, they bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. And now they have voted for a man who is going to do the opposite of everything he promised. All those prices coming down? Hell no, they're going to shoot straight up. The stock market tanked this morning just on, the promise of these tariffs. This man is a moron. The only people dumber than Donald Trump are the people who voted for him. They are what the Soviet communists would refer to as useful idiots. They can be manipulated to give them whatever they want, and that's exactly what is happening right now. Trump voters and Trump himself are useful idiots for Vladimir Putin. Putin is going to use Donald Trump to destabilize the entire world. And the chaos that Donald Trump will cause, egged on by his puppet master stroking his ego, the damage, the chaos that he will cause, the damage that will follow from that will be incalculable. These morons who voted for Donald Trump in part because he said, no more wars, I'm going to be the president of peace, they have just made this world infinitely more dangerous. They're just too stupid to understand what they've done. They're celebrating. They think all of this is great. Unbelievable. We will, all of us, not just here in the United States, but around the world, suffer as a consequence of the stupidity of these Trump voters. God help us. Thanks for watching. Talk to you again soon.